Hey, Mandy, the Coach's Corner. Tim Small with me once again. Tim, last week you guys went to South Hagerstown and you guys won that game. Talk a little bit about that game, how your players played, how well you guys did, and then we'll get into your game coming up today.
We were coming off of a two-game slide. We hadn't played well, hadn't played complementary football. We would get stops on defense, but then couldn't play well on offense. So, we challenged the team that week to, let's try to put it all together. And, we came out firing in the first half, got up to a 20-0 to lead in the first half. And then, we kind of slowed the game down a little bit. We're running the ball a little bit more in the second half, trying to get out there, preserve the win. And defense got a couple stops late in the game. So really proud of the way, the kids handled that adversity. It's been an up and down year. You're working with teenagers. There's always stuff going on. And,
Yep.
they're an athletic, but they're a hyper bunch. So, it brings its challenges. Really good group of kids. We love them. But, some days are better than others in that regard. But anyhow, no, just excited the way we were able to finish the game. We hadn't finished the game for a while, and took care of business there at the end. And the kids were excited. We still we're 4-3 now. Still got a chance to have a win this season, and having a good seed in the playoffs. So we just got to keep playing better. Tonight's contest with Mountain Ridge. Last couple of years, it's they've really handled us pretty well. So we got another opportunity to answer that. It's another beautiful night for high school football. I'm sitting out here by the concession stand, looking out over the stadium here in front of me. So, we're just excited to have another opportunity to compete tonight.
Yeah, the atmosphere for Williamsport is always great in the football sense. So I just want to touch on one of your players last week in the South Hagerstown game. Gabe Parker had a huge game passing, 252 total yards, right?
Sounds right. Gabe transferred to Williamsport this year. He right now is the leading Maryland leading kid in state of Maryland as far as passing yards, both in the public school on max prep. So that's something we've never had before. It's something to be proud of. Gabe's a very kind of steady, consistent kid. He's got a good sense of humor. In practice, it's a pleasure to coach him, but he's done a good job this year working with our other guys. He's got a strong arm, and his reads are getting better every week, and we're proud of his progress.
Yeah, 1,584 yards total so far after last night's game. Can't wait to see what he adds on tonight against Mountain Ridge. Xavier Bowie had a big game defensively too. 4 tackles for losses and 2 sacks. That's huge.
Xavier has started for us since he was a freshman last year, and in the last 3 weeks has played the best ball he's ever played here at the school so far. We're hoping it's certainly only the start of things to come, but he did a great job against South last week. We were playing him. He plays defensive line, so he's playing inside and outside, and he plays with a lot of energy and a lot of aggressiveness. And he made a couple. I think he had 1 sack, I believe, in the second quarter, or might have been in the third quarter. I can't remember especially, but like a 12 or 13 yard loss, which just completely stopped a decent drive for them. So he's been playing like that all year. He's starting both ways for us. He doesn't come off the field a whole lot, but we're proud of his year so far. He's been a talent.
That's great. That's awesome to see, especially kids step up like that. One that's been playing for you all 4 years. That's amazing. Just shows the true athletes that you have on the team there. So what have you guys been working on this past week to prep for the Mountain Ridge Miners tonight?
Ridge offensively has always been a challenge for us. They do a great job of it's not like the Army Navy triple option type football. It's a little bit more of the spread option where they're in the shotgun and they do some different things in the run game, also with their screen game and some things off of play action. So we've worked really hard defensively, having really good eye discipline, our defensive backs. So, we're not getting caught up in fakes. And then, offensively, we got a couple wrinkles in this week. So we'll see if it's the right time in the game to call those. But I'm just looking forward to taking another step forward.
You guys have a common, I don't want to say enemy, but a common team you've played together in Catoctin. And I believe Mountain Ridge has beat Catoctin this year, and Catoctin had taken you guys down earlier in the year.
Yep.
And you guys actually played Mountain Ridge last year. Do you play them every year?
They have. They've been on our schedule since 2019. We did not play them during the 2020 COVID year. We played a county only schedule that year, but it's kind of become a nice little series. For whatever reason, I don't know why historically we hadn't played before then. When way back in the day, it was kind of the old Bell High School and Westmore High School, and then they combined it with Mountain Ridge.
Yeah.
It's always a matchup we look forward to every year. The last couple of years, they've been a team that's advanced far in the 1A playoffs. I think before last season, they had won like 28 out of 30 games at one point and only had lost to Fort Hill. This year, I believe their record is 4-3, just like ours is. A couple years ago, when we had our first playoff win in school history, we won a game the week before on a last-second pass. We've had some good back and forth. And it's been a good series. It's always competitive. They do a great job up there. We're looking forward to having them at home this week. We've been more successful playing.
Having that home crowd will definitely help. So my next question is, when do the playoff seedings come out? After next week?
Yeah. So this week is the end of week 8. And the next week is week 9. We'll know where we're at, what's going on basically that Saturday or Sunday after next Friday. So as of this week, we were 3rd in the region standings. The top 4 teams host a playoff game. So that's always one of our goals, is we want to be able to host a home playoff game. We've had a chance a couple times over the last couple of years to do that, and that's always pretty electric and pretty neat. And so we're looking forward to holding on that 3 slot, or we've got an opportunity maybe to get to the 2 if we can win the next 2 weeks. Middletown is number 1 in the region. I don't think they're going anywhere at the number 1. With the way that Maryland handles the playoff seeding, the first 2 rounds are within your region, and then they reseed after round 2. So even though Middletown is sitting there at 1, and let's say we're 2 or we're 3, you don't have to play them. Possibly with the reseeding process. So, yeah.
Interesting to know. Well, Mountain Ridge just came off a big win last week with Northern Garrett. They won in overtime, 21-20. It's going to be a tough matchup tonight, but I'm confident you have your team ready. I think you guys can pull it off. Definitely, I see you guys. I see you guys winning the last 2 games. I'm rooting for Williamsport. Not that I'm biased or anything.
No, not at all. But we love nothing better. It's high school football. It's going to be that time of year where there's a chill in the air and the leaves are changing. They said again, I'm sitting out here on a picnic table by the concession stand, looking at the stadium. This is nights like tonight are kind of the reward for all the hard work. So we just want to be our best tonight, for sure.
Well, good luck to you tonight. Williamsport taking on Mountain Ridge tonight. Today's Thursday, the 24th. We'll have to check back in with you next week, see where you guys are standing. And maybe after that, we can talk a little bit of playoffs coming up.
Sounds great. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.
Of course. Always a pleasure having you on, Tim. Take it easy.
Yep. Thanks.